Hey y'all, hey, let's make some apple tarts. I'm gonna melt about 3 tablespoons of butter first thing. Then I got me a bowl here and I'm just gonna put the juice of 1 lemon in this bowl. Them seeds always manage to get through. Let me get me a little spatula. Well, look at that mess I just made. Now I'm going to use some brown sugar. We'll measure that out so I can kind of give y'all an idea of what to use. This is a 1/4 cup. I packed that in there pretty good. And then whatever spice you want, I'm going to get out cinnamon. Pumpkin spice would be good. Apple pie spice would be good. I'm out, so I'm going to use a little clove. So we got a little clove. We got a little cinnamon. Some brown sugar. The lemon juice. And you just want to mix that up. And that will do our apple slices in this. That'll be next. And preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Then you're just going to take your apple and we are going to slice it just like so down the side in about a 1/4 inch or so slices. I should sharpen my knife good for this. We'll see how many we get out of this. I may do 2. I couldn't decide, do I want to do 1 puff pastry or 2. Probably should just do 1 and save 1. But maybe we'll go ahead and do 2 apples if I can get my nails in here to hold on to this. That one's too thin. That one. That one. You need a good sharp knife for that. I should have probably went over there and sharpened it up a little. I got one on the back of, well, I got a couple of different sharpeners. And then we're going to use puff pastry for this. And we'll just see how many we get. I got 2 sheets, so I could do that many. I'm going to go, I know I'm all over the place. I'm going to go ahead and do me an egg wash. And that's just going to be an egg with a tad of water in it, beat up. That'll be for your puff pastry in a minute. I'll put a little bit, tablespoon or so of water in there. So we'll have an egg wash. Then that butter, well, that butter's still not melted yet. So in the meantime, I was trying to decide, I wanted something that I could just pour this out and still leave me a decent size apple ring. That's pretty big. I may try to do it with this. This is a decorating tip, if you're wondering. It's a little bit smaller, but it'll be enough, I think. It's probably not as sharp because it's plastic, but it will be enough. Look at that. One little side. Come on. Be just enough. Won't take too much of the apple. This is almost perfect, and you could use it. I'll use it on one of them. So it'll probably push through a lot faster. But I would like it to be a little bit smaller. That's cutting a little bit more of the apple than I wanted to cut. But it works great. I will say that. And then just set them to the side. See if we can get through with this one. This one is big enough. I will use that on it. We can do that on this one. Stick. It'll be harder to get through. And I'll get all those cored and then I'll be back. Now then, let's take our apples and just get them soaked up in that lemon juice and seasoning and just like so. That's our butter back there still melting and beeping. Just get them good and soaked like so, and we'll just leave them there. Now here's our butter. I'm just going to add some brown sugar to that and some cinnamon to that. Throw that thing up through my... This will just be extra to pour over your beauty in a bit. I also have caramel. I didn't make it homemade. There is a homemade caramel recipe on the Color Valley Cooks website, and it will be in the new cookbook. It's at www.colorvalleycooks.com if you want to make your caramel homemade. I was very lazy and sent JoJo to the store to get me some to put on once these come out. Now, we're going to take our puff pastry. I will have to tell y'all, this puff pastry is different than what I'm used to. I'm used to the single packs, and this feels a lot drier. And I'm not sure how many squares we'll get out of this. Let's just see how it unfolds. How big it actually is. It doesn't look nearly as large as what I'm used to. So we're going to let that... It's 2 sheets. They're just... I'm going to let them get a little more flexible. They're thawed enough for me to roll out. I'm glad I didn't cut another apple because I can tell you right now, these are not as long as the ones you get that's already thawed. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The ones in the plastic that I usually use. Has a lot more... They're a lot more, what would you call it? Pliable. But these are cold. So we shall give them a minute. And then we're going to cut us out squares. And we're going to need a square, you know, good bit bigger than our apple. So I can only see this doing 4 squares if I'm lucky. Which is perfect. We got 8 apples right here when I did 2. So that actually works out perfect. Okay, while my oven was preheating, I let these get a little bit more pliable. That way I can get a little more room in my squares. But I need to move some of my stuff, don't I? And then we're going to get out our pizza cutter or a knife. And we need 4 nice squares. And I'm not pushing it. I'm just going even. So we might have a little extra. That's okay. And I'm going to use this. Maybe I should have got out my metal one. But I think this will do it. We're just going straight down the middle or trying. Since I've got 8 slices of apple. That wasn't exactly straight, was it, y'all? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll back y'all up so you can see a little better. Now let me get a knife. Now then, we're going to take, let me fix it where y'all can see a little bit better what I'm doing. And we're going to, I got that one stuck. Hold on a minute. We're going to cut. You need a good little sharp knife. I tried to sharpen that one. A little bit. We're going to cut us 4 corners, just like so. And we're going to leave about 1 inch still together. And we're going to do that on all sides, with about 1 inch to spare or so. Just like that. I'll do 2 of them. Then we'll pause so y'all are not watching me do the same old mundane thing over and over. Okay. Same over here. About 1 inch or so. Just like so. We're going to do them all that way. Okay, this last one over here. Now you could go back if you want these to be, you know, perfect, and trim your squares perfectly even. I think I'm going to leave mine as is. We'll see. Make sure we got all our corners good and loose. And then we'll start building our stuff. Now then, we're just going to take our apples that are soaked in our stuff. Let's see, let's try to find squares that'll fit them all. And then we're just going to drop them just like so. I'm just soaking them again. They'll have plenty of that on them before it's over with. Again, this is the lemon juice mixture and your spices. This one's kind of small. Just like that. Just like that. Now you're going to take your corners. Now mine are not perfect. Like I said, I didn't. Whoop. Sorry, y'all. That was my rolling pin. And you're just going to let them meet in the middle. Just like so. Just like that. Kind of makes a little bow. Pull it over. It's one of my dough pieces. We're going to fold them all over just like so. Just like that. I'm wondering, can I get all these on one pan, or if I might end up having to do 2 ovens? We'll see. We'll see if we can get them all on one sheet. Could be pretty little things. Pretty and tasty and pretty easy. All in all, it's going to be pretty easy. Now, before I finish the rest, let me get some parchment on my pan and try to get these on our pan. We're just going to slide it with this piece of parchment. That's the oil on it already. I forgot I oiled that pan. Oh, may have to do 2 ovens. Or try to get them closer together, and I don't know if I can move them. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe we'll just do 2 sheets. Let's see if I can pick that up without messing it up. And make more room. Yeah. There we go. We might can at least get 3 or 6 on here, and I'll just do the other 2 in the other oven. So I can't get 8 on there. Shoot. Well, we'll just grab an extra pan in a minute. Let me just do that real quick. All right, now that we've got that done, we're going to take our egg wash. You want to make sure you brush your pastry with some egg. Just sort of be brown. Turn pretty brown. I just threw hers on 400 in the back and all. Just 2 different ones is what we'll do. Do that again. Okay, and then you can take, I'm not going to pour tons because I'm going to use caramel too later. But then you can take, you can use your, what we have, but I'm going to use butter, brown sugar, cinnamon. In fact, I'm going to use the same brush that my egg wash was in because it's all going the same place. And throw you a little extra on there. You could brush the whole thing if you want to, or just put it in the center. We'll do a little of both. So that's just going to be some yummy goodness in the center. We'll kind of give it a little all over. All of them. And this was what, you know, normally the way you would eat them. I just happen to get some caramel in case I want to drizzle a little extra good stuff on the top. They'll look just like this. And in the oven they'll go on 400 for 20 minutes. And then we'll be back. Okay, they're done. They're actually really pretty. Get y'all down closer to one. We'll just get one off. Let's see. Right in the center. Well, I could have picked a prettier one, couldn't I? That one's actually pretty. They're all pretty, but this one's bow on top is a little bit prettier. That's what it looks like. And then I'm going to take, these are really hot still, but I'm going to go ahead and do this just so y'all can see. And then I'm going to drizzle little caramel sauce across mine. And that is a beautiful, and you know it's going to be tasty, apple pastry. I'm going to go and upload it. Y'all give me a few minutes and then I'll get the recipe up. I'm going to get it uploaded for y'all first. Have a happy Monday night.